Hello, everybody out there in the Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux universe. This is Napalm Dawn, trying extremely hard not to be exhausted, but so far so good. Anyway, I have got something special for you guys today. We have more progress to go over in terms of Marvel Avengers Alliance Beta 6. Right now, to the internal testers, Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux-Beta 5.6 has been released. The last active footage that you have seen from me on this channel has been the internal build of Beta 5.5. That's what I have been running on my streams for a couple months now. As of earlier today, Beta 5.6 was released to the internal testers, and we did it on stream today, so I'm going to go ahead and produce a video for you guys here that are on YouTube. Beta 5.6, just like Beta 5.5, is not available to the general public. This is a internal tester build only, so you will not see links for it. It is not available for download. There is, again, I don't know why I have to keep saying this, there is no mobile versions planned for Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. That includes OSs like iOS, Android, and Chrome OS. Right now, the systems that you will be able to play Redux on will be Macintosh and Windows OS. Also, alternatively, it should work under Linux OS, especially through emulation. And it has been confirmed to work on a Steam Deck. So using specific Proton wrappers, you can get it installed on a Steam Deck and play it there, which of course means it is portable. But this is not aimed at any mobile operating system whatsoever. This is aimed at stationary, well, not, I shouldn't say stationary, because you have laptops and everything. But anything that can run Windows, Mac OS, or Linux will be able to play Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll show you guys some of the new features that are in Beta 5.6, and these act as previews of what you will get when Beta 6 drops. So as we're loading up, just to keep you guys fresh in terms of all your knowledge and everything, when Beta 6 drops, the game will include everything in Season 1, so that is Chapters 1 through 12, and everything that occurred in that timeline in the original game in Season 1 will be available. So a question came up in a recent video, what about covert ops? One covert ops did occur during Season 1, but the majority of them occurred during Season 2. So there will be one covert ops available in Beta 6. Certain uniforms and everything will obviously not be available because they were mastery drops from Season 2, and that's things like the Worthy, that's things like 90 Cyclops, etc. and etc. So basically, Season 1 encompasses the start of the game up until slightly before halfway through 2013. I believe maybe June or July is when Season 2 started in 2013. So we go through all of 2012 and a reasonable portion of 2013 over there. So you'll notice the helicarrier is looking a little bit rosy, a little bit pinkish. That is because right now the helicarrier is celebrating Valentine's Day. If you happen to be playing Beta 5.2, which that is a link that will be available in the description of the video, you will notice that you are getting the Valentine's cards to drop. That is programmed in to be a seasonal item in the game. So around Christmas, you had things like the dreidels and the apple cider and the Christmas cookies and everything. At this point now, we are getting things like the Emma Frost Valentines, the Iron Man, Agent Venom, Hawkeye, etc. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, I will show you guys one of the biggest things available in Beta 5.6, and that is when we go to PVAI, it is no longer a button that provides cheats. Instead, this is a PvP preview. So when Beta 6 comes out, PvP will be working a little bit better. As you can see, some things here still need a little bit of work. However, this is my agent where Bobby is, or Mockingbird. If you happen to have played any of the early alphas and betas, you will remember that when the Flash version existed, anytime the game wasn't exactly too sure what to do with a graphic or a team member, it would actually show it to you as Mockingbird. So this is actually my agent here. The rest of my team of Iron Man and Spider-Woman is legit. During the stream, I did 5 attacks, and I did get 5 wins. You'll see here, to get Adamantium, you have to get 50 done. The Daily Spinner is not working. Roster and Armory is not working, even though I've unlocked it in Research. Right now, what we can do is go to Practice. And when we go to Practice, this is what it looks like. So you are... Right now, you will see me fighting against a team that was programmed by the content development team behind Redux. So this agent and his gear, Thor, Storm, somebody put this team together for all of us to fight, and this will be an example of what you will see in Beta 6. From what we have seen from PvP, it tends to be very thematic. The teams are designed around a theme. So, for example, I fought a Spider-Woman and Spider-Man, in which the agent was using the Spiderweb Blaster. Right now, I'm using the Coulson's Revenge, the Transcranial Stimulator, and the Hot Shot, which I happen to win on a Daily Spinner. There is a little bit of a bug that I'm causing 2 times burning on my agent. It is only supposed to be 1, but let's go ahead and do some PvP. I'm going to pick the Coulson's Revenge, and I'm going to aim at the Scrapper Agent because I'm a bruiser. Now you will notice that there is hit point prediction and stamina loss or stamina cost prediction going on. It predicts that I'll one-shot basically anybody on the other team over here. However, that is not exactly true. Predictions are working, but they still need to be fine-tuned. I'm going to go ahead and open up with a Coulson's Revenge on the Scrapper, and I'm going to get my Bruiser benefit. Thor goes after my Scrapper, which is intelligent. That's a Bruiser going for a Scrapper. Okay, so I was running Cyclops in PvE, and I just noticed this is not Iron Man over here, it's Cyclops. However, Cyclops can still be handy, as I can get my team evasive maneuvers, and that Storm should be a blaster. She's now flanked. However, you may stop and notice and say, wait a minute, Napalm, that was a tactician attacking a blaster. Why didn't he get an extra turn? Something is up with the class benefits here in Beta 5.6. More specifically, it seems to be the extra turns with tacticians. Several members of the content team and the coding team were watching the stream earlier today, and they are aware of it, and it is being looked into. Spider-Woman's going to open up with Fear Pheromones. This will reduce the damage the enemy team does a little bit. They have mirror image going on, which is not the healing one. So if you remember at this point of the game back in 2012, we had the healing mirror, which says the next attack you do causes a heal. That's not what this is. Also, Coulson's Revenge is supposed to have a cooldown, but something is going on with certain cooldowns in the game. But I'm going to pretend that my Coulson's Revenge is not available for second usage. Thor uses Inspire Bravery, which is strengthened. Hopefully he doesn't AoE. He single targets, and he missed Spider-Woman, who might... Spider-Woman was supposed to... No, she actually used her retaliation already. I'm going to go ahead and flank the enemy agent. and just delete him. We're going to put biofeedback on Thor, which may stun him, because that's what biofeedback does. My agent is going to use the transcranial stimulator because the Coulson's Revenge is supposed to still be cooling. Pretty sure Thor is not making it out of this one in one piece. He might still have a big AoE. So speaking of his AoE, when you do PvP combat, the characters that you are facing will be considered level 9. Now, you didn't get to see it in this one, but we've seen it during the stream in which the enemy team that I was facing, several enemy teams, were using their level 9 abilities. So if you want to become successful in PvP, I suggest you start planning what characters that are available in Season 1 you want to bring into PvP and start leveling them as soon as you can possibly get them. Because if you want to be on an even playing field and have level 9s yourself, you may definitely want to consider it. And yes, there is a little bit of a bug where the killing blows are not showing the damage. Again, the team is well aware of that. Also, the fact that I'm getting kicked out to the helicarrier instead of the PvP screen is also something they've noticed. I could go ahead and bring in Iron Man. However, flanked is still pretty handy, so I think I'll stick with it for one more combat. However, we'll try and test something over here. We will set her to train and see if she is available to PvP combat. Alright, so we're just gonna pretend that she's here, and she should be, and we're gonna hit practice again and see what we get. Okay, so she stayed, and here we are facing Iron Man and War Machine with the agent named Agent Jarvis. Again, we can see the needle gun in his hand. I'm not seeing any passives there, so I can't tell what gear he's running. This could be a phenomenally deadly team. We all know War Machine, the 21-gun salute, was really, really scary. I'm going to go after Iron Man because it's a blaster, even though I won't get the extra turn. Ooh, EMP blaster. Okay, so that is thematic. We have a kind of mechanical team going on over here. The reason why you see Spider-Woman did 2 counters is she had her natural passive counter, and she also had the counter granted to her from Cyclops. So that is pretty strong. The agent is already kind of weak. I don't want to attack Iron Man and... Well, actually, Iron Man is flanked, so yes, I am going to attack Iron Man. Okay, good. Smart choice. Alright, did not open up with the AoE. And Cyclops went ahead and did a follow-up, which is good. At this point, I can either attempt to pheromone the enemy team and kind of screw with them, or go after War Machine. I'm going to do that because he's flanked. Again, another smart decision. So this is where PvP is going to be interesting in Beta 6. You're going to have to be... Oh, the Magneto shield. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and open up with the hot shot just to get another debuff on him. Yeah, so that's going to be fun when PvP drops in Beta 6, because this isn't going to be like the later years of PvP, where you could just set your team and you had your steamroll tactics and everything. You're going to have to be... Ooh, I saw neutralize. Wow. Okay, Cyclops. I guess Scotty does know. You're going to have to be on point. We'll come back to that in a second. That's why I didn't want to hit change and see what happened to Spider-Woman. So you can see here, I only have one page. Spider-Woman is not available, and that's because she's training. Keep that in mind. I'm sure it is probably going to get fixed by the coding team. However, if you train somebody you want to use in PvP, don't mess with your team. It looks like you can keep the person there unless you go to change it, and then you're not going to have her available. But I'm going to go ahead and respect the code and pretend as if she is unavailable because she's training. We'll bring in Hulk and we'll do one more practice match. Agent... Oh, that's funny. You and I remember Budapest quite differently. So obviously this is a reference to many of the conversations in the MCU that Black Widow and Hawkeye have had. It is Agent Budapest with Hawkeye and Black Widow original uniforms. It says extra attack over here. I'm not exactly too sure what that's implying. Again, only the needle gun is showing. They have an infiltrator. They have 2 infiltrators against my tactician. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Hawkeye. I'm going to walk around the infiltrate. Recharge. Why did she Okay, that's a little weird. I don't know why she recharged there. She hadn't been hit by anything. Since he's flanked, I'm going to have Hulk take care of him. Flanked is an... Okay. Flanked is an incredible debuff. Again, in the early days of PvP, as I was starting to say, you're going to have to be tactical. You're going to have to think things... You're going to have to think things through a little bit, and you're going to have to plan very, very tightly. I'm going to go ahead and open up with the hot shot to get a debuff on them and get the gun cooling. Flanked is going to be really big. Huge debuff for damage. Getting things like the Coulson's Revenge, the Rocket Pistol, getting really strong characters like Spider-Woman or Hulk out on the field for PvP. That's going to be pretty big. Black Widow is closer to death than the enemy agent. She's going to get pissed off. It's an infiltrator against a tactician, but I'll hit her with a flank. And there's the follow-up, thanks to the Coulson's Revenge. That's perfect. Not really too sure where all the extra attacks come in from. Do not expect your PvE damage to translate into PvP. Your PvP damage is going to be a little bit weaker. Oh, God. Wow, that head jumped off her body there for a split second. That was a very Ichabod Crane moment. And there we go. There's more PvP combat. Obviously, as I said, it needs to be worked on a little bit further. This is just a preview. You should be able to gain experience from PvP. And, you know, clearly it will be working better in the future. Now, you will see on my sidebar over here, there are some tasks. The Mockingbird task is over there because I started Spec Ops 1. But I don't plan to finish it because I've already recruiting Mockingbird once. I'm not going to do it again, but you'll see this one over here. Complete a deploy, and that is because you will see that multiple Spec Ops will be available in Beta 6. 11 original Spec Ops will be available to play once you get Beta 6. Now, this Spec Ops is considered shut down to me because I'm right here in the Emma Frost Spec Ops. You can't play two at the same time. So essentially, once I go ahead and complete this one, or get to a certain point, I can go to others. But right now, this original one, which I was had done a few missions for, is shut down. But we're going to go ahead and resume here in Spec Ops 2. As I had told the stream today, I do plan to play these in order, except for Spec Ops 1. Storm is a forced team-up on this one. There is a blaster. I think I'm going to bring in Nightcrawler, because there's a tactician and there's no scrappers. Gonna open up with the Coulson's Revenge on the Infiltrator. Okay, so Nightcrawler did not double protect on that one. That's a good sign. In Beta 5.5, a lot of times he'd protect and then protect again. Now, we were talking about the Valentine's cards. Let's see, they might be under defense. Yeah, alright, so let's see what the Emma one does. Alright, so it removes debuffs. However, using the inventory ended my turn. I don't remember if that's supposed to happen. In Beta 5.5, I could use my inventory the entire time, like it didn't stop. I'm not too sure if it's one item and done or not. It's been so long since I played the original game. To me, one item per round, or one item per turn, does sound like it's normal. I just don't remember. Okay, Nightcrawler just yeeted that guy off the planet. Still walking around that blaster over there because I've got a bruiser on the field. Damn! Nightcrawler's putting in some work. I'm not going to do any of the AoEs. However, people have said that Storm was bugged in 5.2 and would like to see a working Storm again, so I'm going to try and go through a kit and see how things work out. Alright, so if I look at my team over here, the tooltip says the Emma Frost... Oh, that's why Nightcrawler's been kicking everybody's ass. The Emma Frost card raises his stats. I'm not seeing anything about Storms. Oh, there it is. There's Protective Shroud. Alright, so Protective Shroud has landed. My team does have it. There goes Nightcrawler protecting again. And he dodged almost all of it. However, the Dizzy. So debuffs, yes, debuffs are still applying even when they miss. That is something that's still being worked on. God damn. Nightcrawler just single-handedly took that entire combat on his shoulders. So one of these deploys is still not done yet. We don't have Black... Wow, Black Panther already? 2 combats for that one task. Okay, so this has happened to me a few times. Storm... Okay, the reason why the team switched up is because of the forced team up there with Storm. So I see what's going on. Who do we want to bring? Let's bring Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix doesn't get a lot of play on my YouTube videos. Go for the Infiltrator. By the way, Nightcrawler's stun works pretty well Ah, that's right. Yeah. I would avoid Phoenix for a little bit. Phoenix does seem to be buggy. I'm not exactly too sure what's happening with her, but she crashed combat several times when I was streaming today. Even though she never did in 5.5, something is up with her in 5.6. Lesson learned there. Don't bring Phoenix until I hear that she is fixed. It's a shame because she was a recent unlock and I was leveling her. So we're just going to have to not do that. Bring Iron Fist. There is an infiltrator. Coulson's Revenge on the infiltrator. And the good thing is, Nightcrawler's passive is good for setting up that combo setup, which helps scrappers. Huh, Iron Fist did not get a scrapper benefit there. Damn, his stun works. Keep on applying that combo setup and they keep taking use of it. Deleted. Alright, well, let's go ahead and bring in an ally. Doctor Strange just deleted somebody. Let's see if the cookies are working. Nope. Yeah, some combat items are still not applying to the correct team. For some reason, applied the cookies to the enemy team. Alright, that is... Oh! Heart of the Shoe Lao. Oh, I haven't used this in a long time. Hey! My free act... Man, that was supposed to be a free action. And he lost his turn. I'm now disappointed. I haven't used that move in years, and now I can't do it. Alright, folks, so there is what Beta 5.6 is looking like. Actually, it looks like I still have to do one more battle for that task, so let's go ahead and take this easy one before we wrap up the video. God, wow, that stun is really putting in a lot of work. Alright, let's see what the agent does for the kill here. Didn't quite get there. Nightcrawler's protecting. AoE splash, yep, that makes sense. That should do that. We're gonna leave Nightcrawler with combo setup. Yeah, I can't tell how much damage that did. And my agent is just punching air. Piss off, Ghost. Okay, now a deploy should be ready. We get gold. The task completes. There we go. Perfect. Now we have to defeat 5 Hellfire Elites. And there you go. There is some task progression going on for Spec Ops number 2. So this means we're closer and closer to a fully functional Season 1. As you know, Mockingbird, the way her Spec Ops works is that you just had to get 15 stars and then you recruited her. They only did that for one Spec Ops. All the other ones required about 25 tasks to complete. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that for Emma Frost because I have not used her in a long time. The coming soon button does not work. There's nothing there that you can do, so you're not able to go into lockboxes or collections yet. That is something that will be worked on for Beta 6. It is available in Beta 5.5. If you go to the store, some of the gear has been changed. It's been trimmed down a little bit, but it's got some really good ones in there, like the Skirmish, which is a cheap DPS machine. You've got the Rocket Pistol, which is expensive but extremely good. Over here, under the melee weapons, we have the Katana, which is pretty solid because of bleeding. We have the Knight, which is a protect weapon for the agent. The Survival Knife is a melee weapon with a follow-up attack. Supplies are looking pretty good at this point. You'll see the lockboxes are not available right now. But, you know, pretty early game store items are here. Zap 8 is phenomenal. If you're struggling in combat, buy yourself some Zap 8 and use it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a couple extra myself. Good for really, really tough bosses. Here's your healing items, energy refills, armory items for PvP, which are not fully implemented yet, so don't worry about that. ISO research and uniforms, or actually researched ISOs, I should say. Anyway, there we go, guys. There is a Beta 6 preview right now being called Beta 5.6. Again, internal only. I cannot provide you a link to this, but needless to say, this is helpful in getting bugs fixed prior to Beta 6, so that when Beta 6 releases, and the estimated time from Goofy was the first quarter of 2024, so that was anywhere from January into March, but that is a conservative estimate. It could take longer than that if more bugs are revealed, but the team has been pretty good at working through the bug hunting and getting them squashed. So, again, guys, Beta 5.6, which is a follow-up to Beta 5.5, and it shows you the progress or the continued progress here towards Beta 6. Thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you guys in the YouTube comments here and on the stream. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 3 p.m. Eastern Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Time in the afternoon. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.